Oi, if you don't feel needed or valued, please listen to me carefully. We have made, in modern society, made it very difficult to be needed. Back in the past, our ancestors made certain cultural rules where men, women, they played very important roles within that society, within that village, within that clan, whatever. There was clear roles for everybody. The Dinka tribe, which comes from Sudan, okay, I am Sudanese of the Dinka people or Monjang. There are certain customs that make men needed from childhood to adolescence all the way to adulthood. In childhood, the kid is made to feel needed by their uncles, by their uh, immediate and distant cousins or relatives. They grow up around these people, and these people give them tasks to do. Some of the tasks are ridiculous. my This is normal. When I was in Kenya, my uncles would tell me to go get them some water, and they want you to fill the water all the way to the top and walk so slow, don't spill it. They'll give you a little bit of task here and there, and when you do the task, they'll bless you. Interlate, thank you. I mean, I bless you. And then you'll feel needed when you become an adolescent. So in your teens, you go through this sort of cultural. The Zulus do it too. Many African uh, countries do it. Many African tribes do it, where in the adolescence age, the kids go through this process to become a man. So they might have to go on some camp and do some hard, labor or some hardship, or just be around other men and be taught something, a bit of suffering, a bit of hardship. They have to go through a grueling process for a while, and then they'll be accepted to become a man. And then when they reach adulthood, it gets to a point where, and these are things that I've seen in Kenya. All your uncles come together and they built a house for you, whether it be a mud house or a hut or whatever. Everyone comes together. They don't even ask for any payment on anything, and they build a hut for you, or you are now in charge of looking after cows, or sort of like pastoral sort of culture. Pastoral meaning looking after cows, looking after that culture made people needed, feel needed. I remember my uncle was a great wrestler, sort of Sudanese wrestler. He passed away last year, but he was a very great wrestler. Brought a lot of fame to our house, a whole name. And wrestling was a big deal, and people would do these little competition, and there were so many ways in the Monjang culture, in the Dinka culture, my culture, for people to express themselves and to be needed. There was many ways where somebody could become something. Either you sing songs or you create songs for the clan or for the tribe. You know, there was little bit of something you could do in order to feel needed. Modern society has wiped all that out. The only way you can feel needed is if you are an expert in something, or you are a moneymaker, or you know something that somebody else don't know. This is why many people become people pleasers, because they're confused. They don't know what roles to play. And society has not made that role very clear. Well, it has made it clear in its attempts to put you through schooling. And then after school, it's like you finish high school and then you're left with the option, or do you go to uni? Do you find a trade? Or then now it feels lonely because everyone else is off working. That community in church, that community in the village, that community is all gone. There's this calamity most atheists find themselves in. They don't know what to miss, the community that they find in church, or and then you feel unneeded the more everyone is off doing something else. There is no clear instruction of what you should or shouldn't do. You're sort of just asked to go with it. Best of luck. Here's everything we know. Figured it out. in a society that ruthless, where you are taught to step on other people's toes, where people value material and some sort of achievements, personal and individual achievements at that, it is very easy to feel lost, to feel unneeded. So, what is the solution then? Do we go back to not wearing clothes and dancing around all day and looking after cows? A much more simpler life? I don't know. I don't know. The only way I feel needed is I actually haven't figured it out. I feel like I have a lot of personal, not answers for everybody, but personal answers for everything. But to be needed is something that I haven't figured it out yet, because sometimes I don't even want to be needed by anybody. I don't have that desire to be needed, and so it's very hard for me to find a solution. Or what do you do if you don't if you feeling unneeded? What do you do? I don't know. I'll just pose a question back at you, because I don't ever feel unneeded, bro. I don't want anybody to need me. Those times are gone where we were all together, sharing food together, sitting around together, living around your uncles and aunties, and everyone is all in one place. To now where everybody's at work, somebody's somewhere else, someone is at school, empty, feeling lonely by yourself. What the? I don't know, bro. I sort of like suppress the need to be needed, but it's that old sort of saying, I became numb to be needed. There is no even desire to be needed by anybody. By anybody. I don't want anybody to need me. Put it that way.